What's up, guys? We got Press Shake out of here back again. I've been trying to make some more videos for you guys, and I know in the comments I saw some people talk about like, oh, like, can you compare the CZ-P10C and like the Glock 19, for example, you know, stuff like that. I would try my best to get to these videos. Sometimes I'm just busy, or you know, like it's a whole process to set up like the camera, then do like the editing and whatnot. But I do see your comments, and I promise you I will get to them. So I'll try my best. So thank you for tuning in, though. I appreciate it. So today we're gonna talk about the 19X. We are cleared, and we also brought out a G45 because people, you know, it's like essentially the same gun, you know, but they're kind of different in their own way. So back to the story, like, you know, I did talk about the first time when I bought that gun, I really wanted the 19X, but they're like we sold the last one like just this morning. This was more around like pandemic time, I want to say, when, you know, guns are overpriced and also just short on stock. So I was like, damn, I really want that 19X because I love the FD, but that's okay. So I got the G45, and then, like, you know, that was the first video I made. You can like feel free to go watch that. I'll put it up there, I think. Like several months later, I actually ended up getting a 19X myself, like a crazy deal. Shout out 208 Gun Shop. I will plug their website in the bio. They do really good deals, and you know, it's just like I think it's a couple. It's like two people, and they run it out of their garage in FFL, located in, I don't recall, is it Ohio, Idaho, somewhere like that. I will plug that in as well. Very awesome. They, you know, they'll answer all your questions. They try to bring you the best deals they can with free shipping all the time and whatnot. So, you know, great people. Definitely support them. So the 19X, I actually can just break down the build real quick. We have an RMR cut done by Wager Machine Works. He does all my stuff, and I will make a video about that one day. And this is the RMR cut. I used to have an RMR on this, but I've taken it off. I'm in the process of like switching some stuff. I had a 509T on this actually with like the adapter plate, and it sat like so high. It was really funny. I'll actually plug a picture in for you guys to see. And I've then actually taken this off and like swap the optics. I'm like thinking about what I want to put on this next, and then we have a PMM comp right here. It's their micro comp. It actually makes the overall length into a Glock 17 length, which is pretty cool. Previously, I've had their full size comp, and it's like a Glock 34 length, and it is amazing actually. You know, it ate all sorts of grains at like 115, 124, you know, 147. There are some like lighter grains for like some self-defense ammo I had that I tried, like 112 or something strange, like 111 or 92 grain even, and it was like amazing. If you have like a good grip and good fundamentals, people say, oh, like a comp is like cheating. I would say not really. If you have good grip to begin with, the comp just helps with like muzzle flip, and it almost feels like, you know, there's no muzzle rise and your slide just reciprocating, which is really nice. Some little details I have on here. When I did get my slide cut, I also got these front slide serrations. I had them do them, you know, like around the logo. And then on this side, you'll see they are just normal, which is very nice. And then I've added some, you know, grip tape, little strips right here, but you can see like the wear. I have one under there as well. That's for just like when you know, my grip just tends to be kind of high on the slide. I like to have some extra grip there and also under. So that's why that's worn out. It's where my, you know, hand sits. So the currently it is not actually in my rotation because I just swapped the slide back on from a different slide I had. There's like a camo slide I had running like stock with no comp, because this is actually a pain in the ass to install. I love PMM for their comps, but like, you know, the install process is kind of a pain. So I was actually running this, you know, no comp for a while, and I just put the slide back on, and there's no optics. So I have to, you know, zero it, run some self-defense ammo to make sure it's still okay before I can, you know, carry this or anything. So also, like, my latest addition is actually this Magwell. It is from SLR Rifle Works. Very cool Magwell. I've always thought that it was like kind of rubber or polymer. Didn't realize once I got it, it's actually like metal. It's a very solid Magwell. What's weird though, if you actually have a 19X, or if you looked into this, the Magwells that they offer, like I think Magpul does one, Sage, what is that? The Sage Dynamics, or what is that company? Cue the elevator music. We'll get back to that. Agency Arms. I got it. So Agency Arms compensator. Agency Arms Magwell, for example. Like a lot of these brands, they'll say like you have to get rid of like the lip on the 19X to like do a frame modification. You gotta like chop it off. To me, that's crazy. I don't understand how you can sell a product that requires you to you know, like a simple product too. It's not like stippling or something crazy. It's like just like a Magwell. It's like you want me to modify my frame like permanently just for your product to work. It's like, why don't you, you know, do research and development around that? So this is one of the few that actually takes into account. So once you put it on, you know, it has an area for the lip. You simply screw it on and it's great. So I really enjoy it. It really helps sometimes you do get caught on that lip. On like the G45, the G19, everything that doesn't have that, I think it's a little bit better. But now, you know, it's a great little Magwell. Nothing crazy, but so that is the G19 build. Great pistol, I think. Once again, you know, it's pretty much the G45. But I will point out some differences, because some people say like, oh, it's the same gun, but it's FDE, or like go with this or go with that. So I will say the G19X, you know, in its stock form, there will not be any front slide serration. So if you enjoy press checking, you know, it's kind of slipperier, back to like, you know, the Gen 3, Gen 4, like the older Glock models, right? And then it actually does not come in any sort of MOS configuration. The G45, it does come in MOS, it does come in like a non-MOS. So, you know, if you like Glock's MOS system, that's something to consider. Another thing, the stock sights are actually Glock's Metal OEM sights, like the night sights, the OEM night sights. And then G45 would obviously come with those awful Glock plastic sights, and then, you know, you can swap those out if you'd like though. The Today, Junior X also comes with that lanyard loop that actually has to be, you know, pushed out and removed to put on the Magwell. Also has this little lip right there, which some people might like because, you know, with bigger hands, you know, their hand might end up there right at the lip. It might help them tuck in their support hand, but some people don't like it. And then G45, you will get the Gen 5 like flared Magwell. Like, you know, stock it already has a bit of a flared Magwell, so that's awesome too. Now what I will say is also G45 already has these front slide serrations. So what I will say though is somehow, although these are pretty much the same gun, right? Glock 19 slide length, Glock 17 frame, they feel very different in hand. Like for some reason, the G45 just feels better to me in my hand. I don't know if it's like did I like shoot one more and shoot one less so that the stipple is like kind of worn in? Not sure. But then the G19X just feels like slightly more slippery or something about it. I think, here's my theory. My theory is that, because I had a friend who was looking into like laser stippling, right? And he said that the FDE stuff is actually kind of different to stipple due to the polymer material, because it's like FDE. So something about it, you know, like stippling, the process is different, I guess. Maybe it's like the heat you have to use or whatever. He did mention that to me, and that's my theory, I think, because the polymer to create like that FDE color might have a different feel. Like maybe it's like recycled materials or something, you know? Just going off on a theory, so that, you know, in hand they actually feel different from what you're used to with like the black polymer frame Glocks. So like in hand, for some strange reason, the 45 just feels better to me. Like it just locks in really nicely. And then the 19X, like just ever so slightly, like it's just like very minuscule, but like it feels like slipperier. It's not as like, my hands just don't feel like as locked in. But it is a great pistol. You know, it's a piece of history, I guess, in a way. It's Glock's MHS pistol that didn't make the cut, but, you know, a lot of people did like this piece. So once again, you know, thanks for tuning in to another video. I'll try to bust out some more videos for you guys soon. As always, like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on the notification if you want to see updates for more videos. And definitely check me out on Instagram at PressCheckAddict. Stay safe and have fun.